Um, so for all extents and purposes, I don't get paid by YouTube. Obviously, I don't have enough subs for that. But in the event that that does happen, because obviously I want this to be a job, I will set this video to unmonetized. So most people already know, and I know I'm a little late. It's just because I've been busy with stuff, and I haven't been here at my home to do recording or anything. But if you don't know, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, passed away. They dropped the news 2 days ago as of this recording, but he's been dead since March 1st. So I just kind of wanted to come on here and pay my respects to arguably the best mangaka that has ever lived, in my opinion, and somebody who's been so impactful in the way that I live my life now, and the way that I go about it. And I kind of just want to share some personal stories as well, to really just kind of let y'all get a feel for just how much I love this series and how much this man has done for me. So I'm actually wearing my Teen Gohan shirt, and the Cell arc is my favorite. I always remember growing up when I was little, playing in the Cell arc, or not even playing, but watching the Cell arc unfold, dude. Because I related a lot to Gohan. Gohan was the character for me that I related to the most, because he lacked back when I was younger. He lacked a lot of confidence and had a lot of anger issues, but he was very kind and forgiving to people, and I really related to that on a personal scale, because I was a lot like that back then. I wasn't treated the best back in back then, but and that can be a topic for another day. But I just I remember every single night when I finally. So I remember the night that I got into Dragon Ball. I was about, I think, 8 years old, and I had already been a Sonic fan. And this plays into it because most Sonic fans are also Dragon Ball fans. But I remember the night that I got into Dragon Ball. I was not allowed to watch Adult Swim at my house, but I remember that one day I was up late, and it was a weekend, and Adult Swim came on after Cartoon Network. And the very first show that they would always show at this time, I think, was Dragon Ball Z. It was either that or like King of the Hill, and I've never watched King of the Hill, but it was Dragon Ball Z. And so I got into it watching that. So I would watch it in secret, and I wouldn't tell anybody in my family. I didn't tell my brothers. I didn't tell my mom or my dad, my extended family. I didn't tell anyone. This was just for me, because I knew at this point anime was very shunned and very not mainstream. And obviously this was the early 2000s. So people were still like watching Naruto and whatnot. But I was very I'm a very stubborn person. You've probably got gathered that through my recordings and whatnot. But I would only exclusively watch Dragon Ball. That was the only anime at the time that I would watch. And I just did not like any other anime. I loved Dragon Ball and what it did for me, but I was very secretive about it until I met a friend of mine, Saint, who you guys probably know. I've done some videos with him. And he really likes anime. Sorry to out you like this in this video, but he always would watch My Hero Academia, and he always told me to get into other shows, because all I had ever watched at that point was Dragon Ball, and I didn't want to watch anything else. I was just like Dragon Ball. That's it. I was very stubborn, but I'm glad that I gave that a chance, and I'm glad that I had spent most of my life watching Dragon Ball, because at this point I had finally done a full watch of the show, and I was kind of starting to open up a little more about my love for the series, because I wanted to talk to more people about it, because I just couldn't stand not talking about it. And so what ended up happening is I watched My Hero, and from then on, it was like a moth to a flame, man. I just was watching anime left and right, new anime watcher, binging, everything like that. And I still remember, and all of that, I was so stubborn, and for what? Because all of that just from that one show, Dragon Ball Z, made by arguably the best mangaka to ever live, Akira Toriyama. He has done so much for me, and even then, as I've moved on and grown, I've never once, after I finally opened up, because I remembered, that Dragon Ball, it's a journey. It's about friendship and wanting to get stronger, and staying true to the things you love. Goku loves fighting, and he will always stay true to that. And I love anime, I love Sonic, I love a lot of other things, and I want to stay true to that. And so I finally decided that I was done hiding that. I was done hiding all of that, and that's something that Goku and Gohan both taught me, because as y'all know, Gohan's my favorite character, and Goku's my second favorite. But I will say this: Goku's my second favorite character, but he is better written than Gohan, for sure, for sure. But I remember my just getting into it just because of Dragon Ball, man. I got into anime, and it all started with just that show. And even though I was very stubborn and only watched that and gave myself that only exception, eventually opening up, and now it's like I have all these anime, and I mean, you can see it. It's here in my setup. I've got waifu cups back there. I've got a Taiho from Azure Lane. I've got Haru Okumura from Persona 5. I have a case over there. You can't see it, but it's filled with like bunches of merchandise. Like now it's like I collect anime statues. I collect merchandise. I collect a lot of things, and I kind of wanted to just just thank Akira Toriyama for that, because I've never met Akira Toriyama, and now it's like unfortunately I never will get to meet Akira Toriyama, but he felt like a friend to me. He really, like, because he gave me Dragon Ball, and it was there when nobody else was. And that's just, I think that's just something. And I kind of want to show off some of the, this isn't like I'm not trying to like flex or anything. I just want to kind of like just show off some of like the things that I have, like the Dragon Ball things that I have, because I don't have a lot of Dragon Ball. I have a lot of other stuff, but there is, if y'all remember in the very first episode of Kakarot, I had a Shenron. I've got Gogeta. I have a lot of figures now, and that's all thanks to Dragon Ball. That kind of helped me open up and just start collecting. And now I was very secretive about that as well. Now I just don't care. I mean, like, it's a. I'm so grateful for everything that he's done, not only for me, but for everyone else as well. And I'm pretty sure, a lot of people have shared that sentiment as well. He is truly he's a legend, man. And he'll never, ever be forgotten, for sure. And I really just have spent these last few days since it happened, kind of just processing really kind of just how I feel, and I feel really torn, I will say. I haven't felt this way since Stan Lee. another one of the creator of Marvel, if you don't know, and another standout person in my life as well. And it's a tough pill to swallow for sure. And a part of me still doesn't want to believe that he's gone, but like things do happen, and life does move on, and that's just the end all be all of that situation. But yeah, this video isn't going to be edited, uh, and in the future it won't be monetized if I don't forget. Hopefully, I don't think I will, but yeah, I just wanted to come on here, and this is unscripted, so a lot of this is just kind of like off my head, and I'm not the most like, I wouldn't say I'm the most profound or sentimental person. I kind of struggle to find the words for these kind of situations because I'm not a very, admittedly, I'm a very nice person, but I'm not a very empathetic person. Admittedly, I have to really, really deeply care about the person in order to feel empathy. And it's like, and I'm not trying to say that I don't deeply care about Toriyama. I do, but a part of me has that, like, I never met him kind of thing. So it's kind of hard to like put this into words and try to like, empathize, I guess, in a weird way. But um, yeah, I did uh post another tribute to him on my TikTok if you guys want to go see that. But I'm not gonna do any plugs or anything here. But if you want to go see that, uh, but yeah, man. Um, Rest in peace, Akira Toriyama. I will never forget you, and thank you for everything.